Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the next episode of the Minecraft PS Vita Let's Play. Off camera since the last episode, you can see I am level 50. And that is because I've spent a ton of time AFK fishing in the AFK fish farm. And in this episode, the reason we're here at the enchantment table is because I got some bows and I'm actually going to combine some stuff. I got one mending book out of all of these books that I've gotten. Not great, but at least we got one to put on the pickaxe. But in this episode, our goal is to finish the barrel, so we need to add the metal supporting, I don't even know what they're called, the metal that kind of goes around the barrel. I also want to add, because what I figured out, let's actually combine this stuff real quick. So we're gonna need to, like, do kind of like a bow repair. Like that. And then we're gonna have to combine it like that. And that gives us power 5. A breaking 3, punch to infinity 1. And we don't have efficiency. So we want to get efficiency 5. I'm pretty sure we got a book of sort. We indeed do. So we go like this. Efficiency 5. Then we throw on our mending. And there we go. On a level 12. But we got that done. In the meantime, though, like I said, I realized that for fishing to work, you have to have the water be exposed to the elements. So I kind of had to create a hole in the ceiling, which kind of a little bit of annoying. So I was thinking that we actually just break a hole in the ceiling of the fish farm, as in the top of the barrel kind of got like is getting weathered away. And we can also add some dark oak planks as like textured for the weathered wood. And then I also want to add some I just woke up like an hour ago. Man. And then I wanted to add some plants around it, and then we got to do the lighting on the inside, and then we have to do the storage. And that's basically going to be it for this episode, finishing up that. Now what we are going to need is some white wool. I'm trying to remember where I left, because I also got a bunch of ink sacs off camera, and I kind of forgot where I left them. Did I leave them at I think I left them at the farm. Thing is, I'm gonna need dark oak wood. We may have to go get some of that. I don't know how much of that we have. I know we have a lot of spruce wood. Yeah, we don't have that much dark oak wood. We're definitely gonna have to go get some dark oak wood, that's for sure. I really don't want it to be raining. Just drops the frames even more. I think I'm gonna wait until I can sleep away and clear the weather, and then we'll head over to the fish farm to get working on... Well, actually, we're gonna go get some wood first, I think. I think that's... We're also gonna need some leaves, actually. We are gonna need some leaves. Oak leaves. Like, that much should be enough. And then I'm gonna wait until we can clear this weather, and then we'll go mine some dark oak wood. Then we'll kind of give some updates of what's been going on with my life, because I think you guys kind of enjoy that. I kind of enjoy just talking about it. It's kind of like a weekly update of my life. Can we sleep this away yet? We can. Perfect. Didn't even have to cut. Legendary. Okay. I think we probably need... The thing is, we're not going to be using any dark oak, actually wood blocks. We're just going to be using planks, so we just need to go get some... It's funny, because with the fish farm giving us levels, I don't know when we're going to use the zombie farm next. We do find a skeleton. The weird thing is like, I really want cobwebs. We haven't even found a mine shaft yet. So... yeah, it's like we haven't even found a mine shaft yet. So, kind of weird. So, I really want to get a mine shaft, because I really want to get some cobwebs for decoration. But, nonetheless, we're stuck without cobweb decorations. That makes me very, very sad. I'm hoping in a strip mine, because I do want to do some more strip mining off camera. You guys have to let me know if you want to see a strip mining episode. I find it kind of boring. Which is, I was only going to make an episode if I actually found an interesting enough cave for us to explore. Then I definitely was going to record it. But kind of just like strip mining's kind of just boring. I've yet to kind of transfer everything up from the mine. Definitely probably should get working on that. What do we got? Yeah, we already got a stack. That pretty much should be enough planks. We don't need that much since we're not using the wood itself. 2 trees, definitely going to be enough. Yeah, woke up, ate some breakfast. Did one of 3 readings I need to do for my environmental resource management classes. Because basically, we're doing a sort of personal assignment in that we need to create our own environmental management system for our own life. It's kind of like a little midterm project. When before we were kind of learning the international standards and kind of just the generic regular features and standards of environmental management system and pollution prevention. But we're kind of doing it for our own lives now. So I kind of had to create last week sort of a draft of sort of goals about my life of where I can reduce waste and reduce environmental impact. And then this week we kind of have to come up with draft sort of like more specific reduction goals. Or specific reduction goals. I think the insects are in here. I lied. Okay, where actually are the insects? I'm actually really confused. I think they're in here. Okay. I'm hoping this should be enough. I actually don't know. It may not be enough. So yeah, we had to create sort of draft reduction goals. And now we're kind of getting into sort of more specific in that I need to sort of draft kind of the broad goal of my reduction. Like one could be like reduce paper towel use, some things like that. And sort of we need to map out those goals and then how we're going to measure these goals over time. Like how frequently you're going to measure them. And potential corrective actions, and we kind of have to lay out sort of an entire table about potential alternatives, potential alternatives, potential risks, monetary costs. We kind of have to lay out kind of a whole table, and that's kind of what I have to do this week. Are these like 3 in? I think they're like 3 in. They're like that. 1, 2, 3. Like I'm pretty sure they're like that. And they kind of just like go up and around like that. I'm hoping we have enough. I mean, I actually kind of don't think we do, but hopefully we do. Yeah. And I got to do some more readings on, and then we have to do some life cycle assessments. Sort of our current sort of products that we're using. So one of them is like, oh, make sure to maintain, right, your current equipment, right? So like for me, it's my scooter. It's like, okay, I got to do maintenance on my scooter, and with that maintenance, frequently maintenance, we need to keep track of maintenance. when I'm doing maintenance at home, since I'm doing it at home, we gotta make sure we have, you know, whatever oil spill kits, like, proper disposal of the waste generated. That'd be like oil rags or like any other really stuff that is gonna be generated from that. So like that's kind of like the whole table that I have to do. And I am gonna have to do that for my scooter, so that will be interesting. And I actually don't think we have enough here. Do not think we have enough wool. Tragically. I think we're probably gonna need another half stack, which I already have on my inventory. It's just a matter of ink sacks. Yeah. Just a matter of ink sacks. Okay. Ow. Okay. And then we still gotta, like, fill in sort of around here, too. We kind of gotta do a whole terraforming gig. Okay. The thing is how does that look? Does that look like a Minecraft barrel? Kinda not really. Oh, man, bro. People are gonna be like, what is this building, bro? This is a weird building. This is a wonky building. Oh, man, this looks terrible, but hey. It is what it is. Alright? And some look at this, are like, that does not look like a barrel. What the heck is that? Whatever. That's how you learn to get build, right? You identify our mistakes. But I mean, it's not gonna look that great because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's literally just a replica of a Minecraft barrel, so... I mean, how good can it actually look to begin with, right? Yeah, that's that this week. And then in terms of training, it happened last Friday, actually. I was like, yeah, so you guys wouldn't have known, because I recorded on, I think, Wednesday? I'm recording on Thursday today. My goal is to get this episode hopefully actually out tonight. I'm recording right now, get it rendered, then export it while I'm at go to practice, and then come back and upload it when I get home at like 5:30. I gotta be ready to leave here by 1:30. Yeah, hopefully you guys will get this episode out today. But last Friday, I kind of learned my lesson. Kind of got a little overconfident, or more like, yeah, a little bit, because I had to do like 3x600 workout, and it's only basically at like slightly faster than mile pace with like 3-minute rest. Just for like my aerobic work, as I run the 400 and 800, kind of like a hybrid runner, coming from the sprint side up, or speed side up. Dude, what? Oh my god. Knockback is not great. Gosh. Against those guys, dude. Knockback's gonna kill you. So yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna use my spikes, my track spikes for this workout. Yeah, that was like a mistake. Because I only have mid-distance spikes, so like, the spikes aren't really meant because they just don't have the heel support. Because normally sprint spikes don't have any heel support because you're running basically on the balls of your feet the whole time. And then mid-distance spikes have a little bit of heel support for that heel drop, because you're going to get a little bit of that running mid-distance. And then distance spikes have a lot more heel support, because just like your speed isn't as high, so you're not going to be relying as much. So you're going to have a lot more heel drop. So I was basically doing like distance type pace with mid-distance spikes, and like the first rep was fine. I actually went like a little faster than what I was supposed to be for my first rep, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like kind of slow it down on the next two. We're kind of trying to hit like an average range. And like 3/4 of the way through second ramp, like my calf, like I'm pretty sure like I pulled something in my calf, or like really aggravated it, and it kind of like cramped up, and yeah, it is very, very painful. My calf's a little better, so that was last Friday, and then my calf kind of basically hurt like all weekend, dude. Like it kind of hurt to walk. So lesson learned, and I think what I hurt, because I was like, I could do a calf raise just fine, right? Like it was weird, because it's like, okay, if your calf hurts, why can't I do a calf raise and it doesn't hurt? But then I kind of tested, so I went to the stairs at my house and kind of dropped my heel. So like you stand on the edge of the stairs and then drop your heel, right? To sort of mimic a heel drop, because you're gonna have heel drop in spikes because that's just how they're built. And yeah, it hurt like bad. Like it felt like, yeah, this is how I hurt it. So like this is how I hurt it. So I think what hurt it was the lack of heel support and the heel drop from me running so slow. So it's like, lesson learned, whenever we're doing aerobic workouts, do not wear my spikes. Stick my spikes for my speed work. Yes, thank you very much. Spikes for speed work. So, kind of lesson learned. My cap is pretty much like 90% better now. It's funny because I was able to do Monday's workout, which is another aerobic day. And then yesterday was 30-meter fly day, and then Friday's gonna be 200 repeats. But in terms of yesterday, I told Coach, I was like, I really want to, because we really didn't do any speed training in the fall quarter last year, because we were too busy, like, kind of doing, like, speed endurance and aerobic work, just to kind of build a base, since I was coming back from, like, a three-year hiatus. So we did basically no speed work in the fall. So I've only started, we started reincorporating a lot more speed work now, this quarter. So I was like, okay. So I've been doing speed work for like a month. Sort of woven into my workouts. So I was like, okay, I really want to see like where my speed is. So, because like he was already having the sprinters like doing testing for 30-meter flies. To see where they're at. And I was telling Coach, like, I need to see, you know, where I'm at for 30-meter flies. Like as a 800, mainly 800 runner. I used to do 4.2 back in the day, but kind of gravitating towards the 800, and so yeah, I was like, I really want to see where my speed is. It's really important, because like speed's going to be my strength since I'm coming from the speed set 800, because you can have a distance guy come down, or you can have a sprinter come up to the 800. And since I'm a sprinter coming up, I need to see where my speed is. I was like, you know, if I could run like anything under 3.4, I'd be happy. 3.4 is like not that fast, but like to go sub 11 in the 100, you need to be like under 3 flat. It's like 3.0. Like an 11.5, like a mid 11 is gonna be like 3.2-ish, like low, like 3.2. Maybe a little like 3 teens. I don't want to add some buttons. I don't have any stone on me. Okay, we'll go back, get some stone, and we'll sleep. So I was like, you know, anything under 3.4 I'd be happy. Really aiming for like 3.3, you know? That'd be like 12, like 11.9, 12 flat base. And then I blew myself out of the water. And I ran a 3.19 for my 30-meter fly. And then a 3.21. So 3.19 was my best time fly that I ran yesterday. And that's kind of crazy, because that puts me in like 11.5 to like 11.6 shape. That's only with me just starting doing sprint training. So definitely like all the weight training I've done, even during my hiatus, has dramatically transferred. So I was like, damn, if I just focused on sprinting, I would have probably been at like a 3.0. I don't even think we have stone. Brother. We used it all. But we need a silk touch pick, bro. Like, actually need a silk touch pickaxe. So stupid. Alright. Grab all this. Throw that in there. I just need a little bit of stone for some buttons. See, I blew myself out of the water at 309. That makes me faster than like 75% of the sprinters on the team. And like, I only just started doing speed work. Like, I'm an 800 guy, so like, yeah, this season, long story short, I'm gonna be doing a lot better than I thought this season. Like, we're gonna cook. And it's my first season back after 3 years of only basically just doing Olympic lifting as a hobby and like working full-time at Bezos Slave Factory. So yeah, that's long story short. So yesterday was a absolutely just legendary timing speed day. Like, I'm happy with 309. Like, ideally, if we get down to like 310, 31, that's like just insane speed for the 800. So yeah, that's kind of where we want to be. But it's hard because, like, you know, we're doing aerobic work too, which slows you down. Yeah, that's why they call me the hybrid runner. All right, let's get this done. That's that update. Practice today. Basically just a recovery circuit day. Form work, basically form work stuff, core work, and just like explosive plyometric and circuit training. That's usually our Tuesday, Thursdays recovery days, and then Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are the hard workout days, the intense workout days. And the lifting days are Monday and Wednesday. And I do a little bit of like personal lifting on my own on Saturdays, like a little light lifting. Question is, where do I want to put these? Like, on the corners? Yes. I guess on the corners? I mean, kind of like the only place for them. It's the only thing that makes sense. Problem is, like, I don't like that there's kind of nothing in the middle, but what am I even supposed to do about that? Kinda nothing. Not much that I can do there. Yeah, we definitely need to get this terraformed, especially if we want to get some plants around here. Because that just adds like a little bit of texture to this. Like a little bit of texture. Thing is, like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, that just may be like a little too much. Wait, you have to mine that with a pickaxe? What the heck? Wait, can you not mine this with your hand? You can't mine a stone button with your hand. Okay, interesting. I actually just never knew that. Okay. The more you know. The more you know. Learn something new about Minecraft every day. How it be. Other good news. So last Saturday, or Sunday I should say, my last day at the Bezos Slave Factory. My last day. Had to crunch some numbers and stuff like that, and talk to my girlfriend and stuff. Just to see, you know, kind of the plan about kind of going forward with that. And I think my time was up there after 3 years. It's funny because I was like, you know, I'll do one more like day because we'll see. I want to kind of like a proper goodbye to Chris and all the legends and stuff like that who are there. We need to go to the roof. Go to the roof. So, yeah, so it's the same stupid route. Of course, you know, why would it not be? Stupid. But this time I was like, okay, 151 stops. Okay, that's like way less stops than I would have thought. So I'm like, huh. Interesting. Right? I'm like, huh. So then I look at the route, I was like, okay, there has to be like some catch to this, you know? There always is a catch, you know? There's always a catch, dude. There always is a catch. And, shoot. And I was correct. Because, same kind of crazy volume, but this time, they were like, you know what? We're gonna swap out your 30-something stops. Like, before you only had, like, 50 apartment stops. Now you're gonna have, like, 90. Or it was like, no, it was like 110 apartment stops. Like, this time, the entire route's gonna be apartments. And you have 6 hours to finish it. Or get punished, wagey. Yeah, so I was like, wow, what a final day. And of course I had to get rescued, and it's like, me getting rescued is just like... It's funny, because like the new people, it's funny, because like, since Amazon has like 150% turnover rate, which means they completely replace their entire workforce in a year. Yeah, I think that's good. Kind of like that. Dig it. Now we kind of need to add sort of some texture to it with some dark oak slabs and planks. So yeah, kind of give the goose goodbye, and yeah, I was kind of just like over it, you know. I mean, I'm not a person who goes slow, but like the routing is so bad, like it has you return to the same apartment like 5 times in a day. It's just like, and the reason is like, oh, well, to just skip to the stop and, you know, do that apartment stop while you're there. Well, you see, since all your totes and your bags are triple stacked, it's kind of hard to, like, if it's like you're returning to the apartment midday, where everything that's gonna be buried in a tote in the middle of the van, versus the start, like the front of your van is your beginning stop, so it's like, yeah, so it's kind of just like, you kind of can't, it's not like a convenient thing to do. That's kind of what I'll say about that. It's just not convenient in the slightest to do that. Like, you're just gonna like waste time. I mean, a lot of drivers, like, they probably would do it, but I kind of just don't. I don't do that. Like, why am I gonna stress out and waste so much time digging through my van, having to literally step on overflow packages to try and get to the middle of the van? Like, when it's literally Amazon's fault. Like, it's literally their routing that is just, like, abysmal, right? It's like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just not. Not doing it. Just not. I'm not that guy. I'll just say that. I'm not that guy. Not that guy. I think we need to kind of go down from below now. Now. I think that looks pretty decent. Dude, I gotta break down this. I shouldn't have jumped down. I'm stupid. So yeah, I kind of said my farewell goodbyes. It is kind of sad, you know. Chris was pretty sad. Told him he deserves better, because he does. Bro's working like 4 jobs. It's actually quite ridiculous that anyone has to do that, but that's where we're at right now. That is the state of things right now. They're like, your generation is lazy, bro. So lazy. Bruh. Like, brother. Bruh. Bruh. Miss me with that nonsense, bro. Miss me with that nonsense. I'm not even gonna explain it. Lazy. We have to, like, can't even afford a house or anything, brother. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Thing is, I also do want to add some texture to the front and the back of the barrel. The front and the back probably needs to be on the corners. And it's actually on the inside layer, which is actually quite interesting. Like, it's not... So it's like here. I swear that was a creeper that I just heard. I was about to scream. I was actually about to scream. Like, I was actually about to scream. Holy dude, that scared me. That literally scared me. This is kind of the texture we're adding. I'm kind of just doing this little temporary thing. Just to see how this looks. Because I think that is important. If you guys actually have any ideas for this build, let me know. Anything that we can add to make it sort of look a little better. My ears are open. Okay, I actually think that adds a lot to the build. 100%. It's only on the front and back though. Like, this is not on the sides. When I'm looking at the textures, I mean, it's a little bit. Like, we can kind of add it here and there. Yeah, we can kind of add it a little bit here and there. Okay. We'll sleep, we'll get his textures in, and then we'll build the interior. Bro. Can you set a little faster, bro? You set a little faster? I kind of want to make our own makeshift jungle somewhere on the map, too. And make kind of like a jungle base. That'd be so cool. Treehouse base. Because where the heck am I even making that? Like, where am I actually making that? I don't know. I do not know where we're gonna make that. Like, at all. But see, this is something like with builds, is that, you know, we kind of had a flat face. A little bit of texture here, but it's always gonna be flat, because it's a replication of a Minecraft barrel, which is already flat to begin with. But we now kind of adding a little bit of texture instead of it being sort of a flat face. Which, like I said, that goes a long way in builds. A long way. But they may actually add some of this texture on the side. I may end up doing that. Kind of want to get this front face done, and then I'm probably going to do a cut and do the back as well. And then I'll probably do the sides too. And when I'm done with that, then we'll kind of do the chest on the interior. And then I kind of want to terraform the mountain here on the outside a little bit. And then after that, that's pretty much the build. I wanted cobwebs to put in some of the holes. But I also can't do that because we haven't found a mine shaft. So that's kind of cute. Not really. It's weird because, okay, when me and my cousin used to play UHC back in the day, on the Xbox One Edition, we used to play split screen UHC. Like ultra hardcore. Because on the Legacy Edition, you can turn off natural regen and stuff. So we used to only be able to regen through golden apples and stuff. And those are actually the fun days. UHC was super duper fun. You just have to let me know if we should do a UHC or something. I do want to actually do another Skyblock, but I think that's going to be on the Switch edition. Just because spawn rates are higher. The problem is there's no update aquatic, so it's like, you know? But we'll see. Maybe 1,000 subs or something. We'll start a new series. I don't know. We're almost at 700 subs, which is like, honestly kind of crazy. That gained so much subs doing Legacy Edition. Shows that there's a lot of, community with this game, and that's really all this channel is. It's just we're chilling, playing stuff. Like I said, I do have a lot of bigger plans for the channel and upgrading the quality of the videos. But to be honest, I'm probably not going to be able to get around to sort of implementing that until summer break, when I'm a little less swamped. I'm still going to be taking one summer class, but it's just one summer class. And then track practice, instead of right now having 3 classes and track practice, and I'm in season right now. Like, our first meet is on Valentine's Day. So it's kind of hard for me to kind of balance everything, but over summer break, I'm definitely gonna aim to start implementing some of the things. You guys will see. I'm not gonna spoil it, but there's actually definitely some things I want to start implementing in the videos. Okay, I think that actually looks pretty decent. So I'm gonna do this on all the sides, and then we'll kind of see how that looks afterwards. Just had a 9 nights rest, ate some beef, and that's pretty much how it looks. I think it definitely adds... It makes it look less stupid and flat. And that's kind of like just how you kind of have to go with building, is that when you build, you kind of just build it out of your brain, and then you kind of just stare at it, and you're like, okay, what is missing? And then from that, your answer to that question is going to get you where you need to go. Now, we basically need to get our chest system in. I wanted to have, like, glowstone hanging in here. I don't know if we should try and do some, like, little lamps sticking off. Stop. Spazzing out. I think that would look, like, pretty decent. We'll throw all this in here for now. Definitely gonna need spruce planks. Don't need that right now. Probably... Is this all the spruce wood we got? Oh, we forgot. That's where the ladders broke. I was like, what the heck? Why do I have 2 ladders? Supposed to be right there. I think this entrance is really good. Obviously we need to connect that. Put some gravel here, but... Is all the wood I brought down? Because I'm not going to use our oak wood. If I have to go get some more wood for chests, we'll go do that. Still gotta make this pathway look less stupid. The thing is with this side of the map is we're really not gonna be touching it until kind of next holiday. Kind of same thing with the pumpkin patch. Like, I want to do like an expansion to the pumpkin patch and have like more things you would see at a pumpkin patch. Like maybe some rides or some figures or like stuff like that, like models. As in like a pumpkin jack, we could have like a big pumpkin. We can make like a big pumpkin. Bunch of stuff like that. But I'm just not too interested in sort of developing that right now, just because it just doesn't make sense. The good thing is with feather falling is that we can just go like this. Yeet! And we can be fine. Okay. Make a bunch of planks, and then just make a crap load of chests. I think we just do 3-layered chests, I think. We'll kind of just make a bunch with the planks we have, and then we'll kind of map it out. 50 chests. There's no way that's not going to be enough. Question, so if we do 2 here, so 2, then space 2, space 2, space 2. That's not going to work. We can go like this. We can put that. Go like that. And then we can kind of have a like crafting thing right here. think that's pretty good. I think we can kind of just go like this. For now, kind of just place our torches in between. Thing is, I feel like we should have chests on the back wall too. Just because, like, I think we're just gonna need an insane amount of chests, like, regardless. Problem with this side is, of course, it's not even, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We could just do something like that. We can get 2 crafting tables. As I said, this was never going to be centered anyways. Just because, like, the way this land worked, so... Like, this is good enough, to be honest. Like, I'm not too much tripping about it. And then I kind of wanted to just have chests, here. And then, like, have these, like, kind of be empty. But really just, this is kind of just like a massive storeroom, basically. That's essentially what this is. Because we're going to store all of our fishing stuff in here. All the stuff we get from fishing is going to be stored in here. So we kind of need to have a little bit of, like, a sophisticated sort of storage system in here. I think that's pretty good. Now, really is sort of the lighting, and I kind of wanted to have some glowstone lamps coming off of there, kind of where the torches are. Because we're not gonna be able to have any lighting up there. Like, we could, like, stack a dual layer of lamps. We're not doing redstone lamps, we're doing just glowstone. Thing is, we also need lighting on the roof as well. Reason being is because I don't want mobs spawning up there and then falling down on me while I'm fishing, bro. That would be just a creeper just falls on me while fishing, dude. I think we just kind of keep the torches sort of out of sight here. And then we kind of got to place torches on the inside too. This is just to give a little bit of lighting for the outside. Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, taking that. The water's there, okay. That is fine. I think we place some torches like that. And that hopefully will stop mobs from spawning. I guess nighttime will be the only time to tell. That would be the only time to tell. Okay. So that's that. I think I should go grab some glowstone, and then we can kind of work on those lamps that we're gonna put inside. I don't want to do more with this face, but, I mean, there's kind of not much else I can do with this face. Kind of not really much else I can do. Kind of out of my control. Bro. Come on now. Gosh dang it. There we go. I'm gonna have a little torch entrance there. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get some of this glowstone. Wait, do we even have it here? Maybe we have it here. No, I don't. I don't even remember how much glowstone I have. It's still in the mine? It may be. Alright, I gotta go get some of this glowstone. Alright, got some glowstone. I think we just make, like, some cobblestone walls, I think? We kind of just rock with that. Sure. Autosave while I'm thinking. Thanks. I'm thinking we just thinking something like that is a little too much, to be honest. Um, maybe it isn't though. That does not help the case at all, brother. Because like that just it's almost like a little too much. Kind of my issue with it. Kind of my issue. Like I think almost that just looks fine. Like that's honestly fine enough. Like I don't think we need to add like a top to it. Kind of doesn't make any sense. Kind of just like that. Alright, we'll just rock with that. Just do something simple. I mean, ideally at some point too, like, once we go to the end and we can get end rods, oh yeah. That's when things are gonna get juicy. Juicy, juicy, dude. Absolutely juicy. That is when things are gonna get juicy. You do a lot with end rods. I don't even know when I'm going out to the Ender Dragon, bro. I got so many, like, build plans. Oh, I forgot to mention, like, since we're getting so many enchanted books from the farm, sort of in that empty space by the sugarcane farm, I want to do sort of an enchanting tower that's sort of like a wizard tower. I think that'd be so cool. So that's kind of a future probing project, because next episode, we're gonna actually finish off really all the pathways. So we're gonna update our actual pathway for up to the Christmas tree. We're gonna make our pathway to the little underground mushroom cave and our pathway to the cabin, and that kind of seals off all of our pathways that we need to update. And then after that, we'll probably get working on the wizard tower, most likely. But we're definitely gonna have to go get some more glowstone too. I'm definitely gonna do some more AFK fishing. I don't necessarily think I need to do any more strip mining right now, although a caving episode, you know, those are always nice little breaks, so we may need to do a caving episode. But maybe I should strip mine and try and find a good cave for us to go into. Maybe I should do that. Alright, I think that is pretty nice. Used up quite a bit of glowstone, but glowstone technically is renewable. So yeah, technically renewable. Technically renewable. I'm gonna do 4. Just need these on these sides. I don't care too much about the other sides. I think adding some paintings here would be nice too. That'll be a nice little touch. But I don't think I have any more wool out here. We do, we have white wool. I need like 1 sheep to shear. A single sheep. I still have... Actually, I'll show you guys real quick. So I was like, because I'm going to do all organizing off camera. Like the signage and the organizing off camera in here. In the labeling. I don't really need to do that on camera. But yeah, we were definitely... There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. For sure. And I need to clear it all out, so... I also need sort of a disposable, like a trash bin. But like, we lesson learned, bro. We're not placing lava next to our wood and wool barrel. Let's not do that. Like let's not end up in a treehouse situation. Let's not end up in that situation. That would be absolutely fantastic. Why is there just so much cows and pigs, bro? I guess this sheep will work. Oh, dead sheep. Dead sheep. We also actually need some red mushroom. You know where I'm going with this? Red mushroom and a flower pot. Because I need that in every build. It is a requirement. It is a requirement. I also need to grab some dirt, because I want to do some terraforming and leaves, before the end of the episode. We're gonna grab some dirt. Little dirt don't hurt. Little dirt don't hurt. Hello, zombie pigman. Cobblestone walls. Throw those there. We have extra sticks. We have extra sticks. We do. Perfect. Then we make, wherever they are, our paintings. Right, perfect. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. What was the other thing I needed? Right, mushrooms. We're gonna need 4. I think. Then we're gonna need 4 pots. 4 pots. Okay. Nice. Very, very nice. I can't really think of anything else to kind of make this build stand out. There's only so much I can do because it is a replica of a Minecraft barrel. The good thing about these versions is that the AFK fishing farms are just insanely simple. They're just so simple to make. It makes sense why they had to nerf. Like, it is just so unbelievably busted. The good thing is, since we're getting so many lily pads, we can actually place lily pads over the water in the sugarcane farm. That was also kind of my motivation why I haven't been harvesting the sugarcane farm. I think at some point it'd be really cool in this world to make a big library. I think that'd be really, really cool. At some point. Okay. Let's get some of these decorations in. I don't think this is gonna work. I think we're gonna have to go like that. Yeah. Then we're gonna need like that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Promise if we go like this, it's just gonna go behind it. And it's just kind of like awkward. That just like doesn't work. Unfortunately. We have to go like this. Dude, I wanted that one actually. Oh my god, bro. Okay, sure, we'll walk with that one. Sure, dude. Sure, man. Yeah, because these just get, like, awkwardly weird. Like, just, like, really strange. Sure. It's just kind of random, but, like... Sure, dude. Sure. Actually, we'll just leave it blank. We'll just leave it blank. We'll just leave it blank. Alright, let's get some of this terraforming in. I don't know if we have enough dirt to do this, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna try and, I don't know, work some sort of magic here, and we'll see how that looks. I'm not gonna say it's gonna look great, because this is just like kind of an insane slope that would need to be almost rebuilt, but we'll see what terraforming dude, you're literally messing up my parkour. Yeah, should have messed up my parkour, bro. would have still been alive. But, alright. I'm gonna get to figure out what I can do here. Alright. I think all y'all are gonna be absolutely blown away with what I did. I kind of just got into a flow state and sort of ideas started coming to me of how to integrate this barrel with the environment, especially since the top has a hole in it, which means it's been here for a while. Oh yeah, we're cooking. We got like vines coming off here. We went and planted some trees up on and around here. So yeah. Went and planted some trees up on around here. We got vines growing around the sides. Planted some trees here to sort of hide sort of the squareness of the build. We absolutely cooked. I definitely cooked. I am proud of myself. Added some vines here just so that since there is a cliff face, it actually kind of makes sense, which is why there's vines, right? So I'm super happy with how that turned out. We basically got vines everywhere here. Then you come up around here. So these are basically like little bushes. And you got some vines, leaves growing off the top from there. Kind of got this little area right here. This looks pretty nice. Got vines climbing up to the top. Yeah, I think I definitely killed it with this one. Like, it definitely looks... It now, to be honest, even though it's a cube, since there's actually so much texture to... I want to get on top of this. Since there's so much texture to it, it actually adds so much to the build, even though it's just a cube. Like, it's just a cube, but just that alone added so much to the build. Because I was thinking about adding vines up there, but the problem with the vines is they end up just, like, kind of just becoming overwhelming, in a sense. I don't know, we may add them later as time goes on, we'll see. From this side, it looks pretty good. Probably gonna be my thumbnail spot. For sure. I'm actually curious how it looks from down here. Especially with this really kind of off-putting cliff face. Yeah, see, that doesn't even look that bad now. Like, the trees sort of disguise sort of that cubed sort of foundation. You can still sort of see it, but it doesn't really look that out of place. I think I just need to add some leaves coming off of that corner. And I think the build will pretty much be done. Yeah, we'll add some leaves coming off of that corner. I did do a little terraforming here on the mount. Like, we definitely cooked with this one. So this is what I mean with builds. I remember, like, I was like, damn, this build looks like kind of like poop. But then you kind of integrate it and sort of figure out, yeah, dang, man, what's wrong with it? You can kind of just get away with so much stuff on Legacy. This is how you just get better at building. You know, I never thought of sort of incorporating it into the environment. We can almost have it sort of start coming down onto the inside from the outside. I think that would actually look pretty cool. What is going on with my PC's network? Bro? I think the Wi-Fi is down or something. At least I still can record. Can't complain there. Do not need to be online to record. So now we'll kind of go down here. Go like that. And we'll kind of just start placing stuff down a little bit here. Kind of go like that, and then like that. That should be satisfactory. I like that. Alright. Nice. Now my task off camera is to get everything organized. Terrible task. Dreadful. It's gonna take a while. But we actually finished the barrel sort of. It didn't even really look like a barrel. It just looks like a wood cube, but that's besides the point. But next episode, we'll continue with the pathway upgrades, with the path up to the the path to the cabin, and path to the tree, the Christmas tree. I think a caving episode is definitely on the horizon, so I'll have to do some strip mining and hopefully find a good cave that we can go into. Hopefully find a mine shaft too. And then a wizard tower. So that's kind of our two things. We really need to get back to this build too. Um, yeah, we'll incorporate the next layer soon enough. But I think this turned out a lot better than I thought. And I'm actually pretty hyped about it. Time for me to get to some organizing. Big sad. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.